I am here in Disneyland to do a brand new Genie video. The system works very different here compared to Disney World, so let's check it out. I've been distracted. Hi, T'Challa! I'm starting my day in Disney California Adventure, but let's go over a few Genie basics before we get into the fun. Genie Plus works a little bit different here in Disneyland than it does in Walt Disney World. For starters, it's $20 per person per day as opposed to $15. There are no augmented reality photos that come with that, but you do get PhotoPass, so actual photos from photographers, any that they take, you can link and have that as part of your Genie Plus for the day that you use it. Genie Plus... Oh, Ant-Man's here. Wow, this is... Hi, Ant-Man! Good, how are you? I'm getting very distracted shooting this right here. There is free Genie here as well, so you can have those customized itineraries. Genie Plus, again, $20 works at these, insert list here, attractions across Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure. And there are 3 fancy rides. Those are Spider-Man Web Slingers, Radiator Springs Racers in Disney California Adventure, and Rise the Resistance over in Disneyland Park. Now, the biggest difference between Disneyland and Walt Disney World when it comes to Genie Plus is you cannot purchase it or make any reservations until you are in the park. That includes your fancy rides. In Disney World, you have to get up at 7 a.m. and start booking your Genie Plus reservations. Not a concern here in Disneyland. Once you step foot in the park, you can purchase it, and then you can start booking those reservations. This morning when I got to the park, I purchased Genie Plus, and shortly after being in the park, I booked a reservation in Disneyland for 1 p.m., which is when you can park hop here for Indiana Jones, since that's a very popular attraction. The 120-minute rule comes into play here at Disneyland as well. So that meant I can't book another one for 2 hours. To recap the 120-minute rule briefly, basically you can book a second Genie Plus attraction when either A, you've ridden your first one, B, that time expires in case you miss it, or C, 120 minutes have gone by, whichever comes first. I booked Indiana Jones for 1 p.m. starting at 9:15 a.m. So that means I could book one out 1 p.m. after I rode it, at 2 p.m. if I didn't go, or at 11:15, whichever of those comes first. That's obviously 11:15, which is when I can book another Genie Plus. As a quick note, when I was booking Indiana Jones, the actual closest return time was 9:20. As a reminder, this is a first come first serve system, but the system also knew that I had a park pass to Disney California Adventure and can't hop till 1, so it default set it for 1 o'clock. You may have wondered why I did that, but that's so that I can do a bunch of stuff in Disney California Adventure that doesn't take Genie Plus before the lines get long, and to do meet some characters and things. So let's quickly catch you up on how much fun I've had this morning. Bye, Lightning! Hello, Kingo.
Walk this way, please.
Wasn't that fun? Oh, Spider-Man flying so high. Absolutely wonderful. But now it's time to use our first lightning lane of the day. Not only is Genie Plus different when you are in Disneyland, but how the fancy rides work when you're in Disneyland. As a reminder, fancy rides is just a word I came up with because I don't like calling them individual lightning lane a la carte paid selections, because that's what Disney calls them. Those are the 3 attractions across both parks that are exempt from Genie Plus, but you can still pay to access the lightning lane. Lightning lane again being, oh my gosh, Shang-Chi is here. I've been distracted yet again. BRB. Sorry, I got distracted because Shang-Chi is here and I'm obsessed with his movie and I had to take a selfie with him. Here it is. Wasn't that nice? So again, the fancy rides work a little bit different here. Unlike in Walt Disney World, where resort guests can start booking them at 7 a.m., non-resort guests can book them whenever they open, and you can book them for whatever time you'd like or that's available throughout the day. You can schedule it. Here in Disneyland, the fancy rides work just like the Genie Plus attractions, except for, of course, you have to pay additional for them. So again, you don't need Genie Plus to get a fancy ride. However, when you look at the app, it's just going to tell you the next available time for the fancy rides, and then you can purchase it. So you don't have to wake up early and try and plan out when you're going to be there. It's just, if you're there and it's available, it'll tell you what time's available next, and you book it right then. I booked my first lightning lane of the day for Spider-Man Web Slingers. That's the newest ride in Avengers Campus. I booked it around 10:20 a.m. for a 10:40 spot, and it was $12. Spider-Man Web Slingers is the newest attraction in DCA. It is the attraction that opened with Avengers Campus. No height requirement. Again, it is a fancy ride. It's a shooter-style game. Think like Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin or Toy Story Mania. It's in 3D, except you use your arms as the guns. You are slinging webs to help Peter Parker, and it is super awesome. It currently has a posted 70-minute wait, but I am headed to the lightning lane to avoid that. This is an incredibly popular attraction, and it's rare to see it under an hour. Most of the time I've been here, it's been well over that, around 100. It might be one you want to buy the Lightning Lane if you don't want to rope drop or wait till the very last thing at night. Another thing that's interesting is since they don't have magic bands here yet, the way that your Lightning Lanes show up is just in the app. You just click redeem on that one and it'll bring up a barcode and you slide it into the machine. So if you're booking multiple, you can swipe through and see all of them. Then you just stick it in here. Thank you.
Help. Yes, you could.
Karen, drop the Slinger vehicles.
Already on.
Everyone head to the Slingers and we'll team up to stop the Spider Boss before they destroy the campus. It's easy.
Okay.
Gosh, that ride is so much fun. My arms are killing me, but that ride is a blast. I think worth spending the $12 on, especially if you're like me and don't come to Disneyland very often, especially when it has a really long line, but you can on slower days find it under an hour maybe. Oh, Spider-Man.
This is so Spider-Man.
Hi, Spider-Man.
Hello, Spider-Man.
Okay, I continue. Spider-Man Web Slingers is so fun. I think worth the $12 if you're not going to visit a lot, considering it normally has a very long wait. You can sometimes catch it if you get here really, really early or stay late under an hour, but most of the time it's going to be well over that. All right, time to use our Lightning Lane at Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. This used to be Tower of Terror, and now it is a Guardians of the Galaxy adventure where you're going to help Rocket break the Guardians out of the Collector's collection. It's a very popular attraction. Usually it's pretty long waits. It's still pretty early in the day. It's not a busy day today. It's got a 35-minute wait, but over the weekend I saw it 70, 100, pretty long. So happy to have a Lightning Lane to skip that. And once again, I'm going to click redeem, and then I'm just going to scan it. Thank you.
Oh, I'm going to take this. Now move it.
Obsessed with this ride. I think it's amazing. I think it's like one of my favorite rides of all time in any park I've ever been to. I love it so much. It is so great. Didn't have it too long in the line today, 45 minutes posted as I'm getting off, but it can get much, much longer on a busier day. So great when you use that Genie Plus on. While I was in the line, after I scanned in, I went ahead and booked my next attraction. So let's head there now. Next up, we are going to ride Monsters, Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue. I booked a pass for this while in line at Guardians. This is a really cool little family ride through the Monsters, Inc. story. Classic Disney dark ride, no height requirement. It's got a 20-minute wait right now. It can get longer. I've seen it upwards of an hour while I've been here on the weekends. So not too long, but if you're paying for Genie Plus, you might as well use it here too. I am headed now over to Disneyland. I'm just gonna walk across the street I highly recommend getting Park Hopper in Disneyland. I think it's take it or leave it in Disney World, especially if you've got little ones, because it's literally like a 30-second walk across the street to get between the two parks here, so it's really easy to park up and really take advantage of that Genie Plus. If you purchase it, you can get a lot done in one day across both parks. So we are going to head there now. After I tapped in at Monsters, I booked a second Genie Plus over at Disneyland. So now I currently hold both Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and Indiana Jones. So when I get over there, I'll have back-to-back fun. Wait, I lied. I'm not leaving yet because I saw Chip. Hi, Chip. You look so cute in your little hat. Oh, you're so dapper. Okay, I had to take a very cute picture with Chip, and now I'm headed to Disneyland. When I say it's a 30-second walk, I'm not being sarcastic. Like, look how close we are. This is the beauty of Disneyland. Oh, hello, gorgeous. As we walk into the best place on the planet, let's look at the wait times and the Genie Pluses. One thing that's very different about Genie Plus here is like no one buys it. Disneyland has the vast majority of locals. Upwards of like 90% of guests that come to Disneyland are local, versus Disney World, it's the opposite. So if you come all the time, you don't need to pay for Genie Plus, because if you only ride a few things or just come walk around, that's good, versus like if this is your once a year trip or once in a lifetime trip, you want to get as much as possible. So the availability of rides is much different. Everything, it's $120 right now. Autopia you could get at $125. Big Thunder you could get for right now 50-minute wait. Buzz you could get right now 30-minute wait. Indiana Jones 75-minute wait, you could get one at $225, so about an hour. Small World 30-minute wait, you could get one at $120. Jungle Cruise doesn't have it here. Matterhorn you could get one for $130, 55-minute wait. Smuggler's Run, isn't that crazy that Smuggler's Run is here? I sometimes forget. 205 pass, 65-minute wait. Roger Rabbit Toonspin, 125 pass, 50-minute wait. Space, 80-minute wait, 210, so about an hour. Star Tours, 25-minute wait, 120. Rise of the Resistance, fancy ride here. Cost $20. Yikes. But it has a 50-minute wait, 50, and you can get a pass at $230, which is wild if you're a Disney World person, because you know those passes go within minutes of 7 a.m. out in Disney World. So the fact that you can just book one for like, I don't know, in an hour or so, it's pretty different. Let's take a look at Disney California Adventure as well. Goofy Sky School, 125 pass, 30-minute wait. Grizzly River Run, 5-minute wait, pass right now. Guardians, 25-minute wait, pass right now. And Credit Coaster, 15-minute wait, pass right now. Mike and Sully, 25-minute wait, pass right now. Radiator Springs Racers, 70-minute wait, fancy ride pass at $125. Soarin', 60-minute wait, pass for $315. Toy Story Mania, 50-minute wait, pass for right now. Web Slinger, 70-minute wait, pass for $155. So as you can see, it's a lot more of just like, oh, what do you want to ride next? Let's book it. Which is kind of how the system's intended to work, but it's just so busy and chaotic at Disney World. It requires a lot more strategery over there. Indiana Jones Adventure is definitely one of the most popular rides in this park for good reason. It's amazing. It's the same ride system and vehicles as Dinosaur, but it's an adventure with Indiana Jones. It's got larger than life sets, and it's so fun. I'm obsessed with it. It's a great one to use your lightning lane on, so you can avoid that long wait. adventure so much. Like, I try to be a hard stand for Dr. Grant Seeker and Dinosaur, and I defend it when people say it's not that good. But if you put the two of those together, it's got to be Indiana Jones. I did wait about 20 minutes to get on Indiana Jones, even with the Lightning Lane, which is certainly still better than the hour it's posted. Just as a reminder, as always, Lightning Lane doesn't necessarily mean you're walking right on, it just means you're getting a much shorter line. And especially true here because Disneyland doesn't have the space Disney World does, so they come up with very interesting ways to do their queues. So they don't always have room to have two. So they merge in interesting places. Speaking of merge, there's usually one scan only for your Lightning Lane pass here. So you can book another one as soon as you scan it initially. I haven't seen anywhere there's two like at Walt Disney World. So, and now it's time to ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad has a posted 40-minute wait. And I'm excited to ride it, even though we have this one at Walt Disney World. It's different here, and I think this version's better. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad here. I love it in Disney World too, but I just think it's really fun here with the little dynamite scene at the end. And while in line, I initially booked at 2 o'clock for Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. I wanted Matterhorn, but there wasn't one till 2:30, which not far away. You should absolutely book that if you're not on a time crunch and go do something that doesn't have Lightning Lane in the meantime. But I booked Buzz, and then I looked back, and there was a 2:15 for Matterhorn. So I canceled Buzz and I booked Matterhorn just because this is a fun one that we don't have in Disney World. So gonna go check that one out now. The Matterhorn was a first of its kind coaster when it opened in the 50s. I love in the Imagineering story when Bob Gurr literally explains he had to teach himself calculus and trigonometry to figure out how to make the ride work with the steel coaster track. Come a long way since then, but this ride is still so much fun. It is a little violent, like it will bounce you about. I have a physical bruise from riding it the other day, but I still love it and I think it's a lot of fun. And they have updated it recently. This is kind of like the predecessor to Everest, where you're going up the mountain and the Yeti is there, and they updated it recently within the last several years and updated the Yeti animatronics, which is nice. Nothing to wake you up like a banging around on the Matterhorn, am I right? While in line for the Matterhorn, I booked another one over at Roger Rabbit's Toon Spin. Oh my gosh, Woody is here? And Miguel from Coco? Anyway, Roger Rabbit Toon Spin, which is in Toontown here, which still exists, had a 50-minute wait, 5-0, but I was able to book a Lightning Lane for about 7 minutes away from when I was booking it, which means now's the time. I should have checked my phone because Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin temporarily closed in the time that it took me to get over here, but that's okay because I'm getting a non-inventory pass that I can actually use in either park, which is very different from Walt Disney World, but very cool. Basically, if an attraction closes temporarily during the time you're supposed to redeem your Lightning Lane, they'll issue you automatically to your phone a redemption recovery pass, which doesn't count as a Lightning Lane. you can book another one, but it's basically like a freebie that you can either use at that attraction when it reopens or any attraction on the list. And this is different than Walt Disney World, because at Disney World, you are typically only able to use it in the park you're in. But here, because it's so close and so many people hop, you can actually use it in either park, and actually a bunch of attractions take them, not just the ones on Lightning Lane, which is even better. But I'm gonna take that bad boy with me back over to DCA to use it on Guardians again, since I already used one there and you can't repeat rides, but I want to ride Guardians again. So this was actually not the worst thing that's ever happened. Also, Guardians greater than Roger Rabbit. That's just science. You know, I was just thinking to myself, why would I use this bonus Genie Plus Lightning Lane on a ride that I love and ride it again when I could use it on a death trap? After a late lunch at DCA, while eating, I booked a pass for Incredicoaster. This is another awesome thrill ride here at California Adventure. It's an Incredibles themed roller coaster. It has a posted 30-minute wait, but this looks a little bit longer in my opinion. What do I know though? I'm not local to California. But I am glad we have got ourselves a pass, because this one's very popular and very fun. So let's get that pass and go ride Incredicoaster. Thank you. Just as a heads up, I was a few minutes late, about 6 or 7 minutes late, because my dining reservation went a little bit long and it totally worked. So I'm not saying you can show up late. I'm thinking about 10 minutes or so. If you show up late, it shouldn't be an issue. So if you're eating or on another ride or something, you have a little bit of a grace period on the back end for sure. It's been a minute since I've used a Lightning Lane, simply because it's like I just book them and then it's like, oh, I'm not there yet, I'll rebook it. And it's just so easy to use the system here. You just kind of are like, for the most part, just like, when do I want to ride it right now? Okay, book it. And you usually, most of the rides are within a few minutes. This feels like this is how the system should work, but it doesn't in Disney World because it is so busy there comparatively. So we're gonna go on Goofy Sky School now, which is like a little fun, whimsical coaster. Wrapping up our Genie adventure today with Radiator Springs Racers. This is another fancy ride. I paid $12 for it. It hasn't sold out, obviously. I was able to buy it for like 5 minutes from when it was. So that's the thing that's very different about Genie Plus here, is things don't really sell out. In fact, before we jump in line, let's do a final check. At California Adventure, Goofy Sky School, you could get one in 2 minutes. Guardians in 2 minutes. Incredicoaster in 2 minutes. Radiator Springs Racers in 2 minutes. Web Slingers in 2 minutes. Grizzly River Run within 2 minutes. Same with Mike and Sully Monsters Inc. Same with Toy Story. The only thing sold out is Soarin', which kind of cracks me up as a Disney World person that's the thing that goes. And let's look at Disneyland. Autopia within 6 minutes. Big Thunder within 2. Buzz within 2. Indiana Jones 45. Small World within 2. 1 now. Matterhorn within 1 now. Oh, Falcon is down. That's a bummer. Roger Rabbit within 6. Space within 1. Star Tours within 1. Rise of the Resistance did sell out with about less than 2 hours of park time left. It's sold out. And that's that. Franchise I don't care about at all. That ride slaps. That ride's amazing. Wow, a phenomenal attraction. A phenomenal attraction. All right, what a day it's been using Genie Plus and Disney Genie here in Disneyland. It is very, very different from using it in Walt Disney World, so let's go over a few of the top things that we learned. First things first, I think this is what they wanted when they designed this system. I think it's a lot easier to use. The biggest differences between Walt Disney World and Disneyland: 1, it is more expensive here in Disneyland. 2, you don't have to wake up at 7 a.m. No one can buy the system or reserve anything till they're in the park. And I think that takes a lot of the hassle out of using the system. It makes it a lot more straightforward and easy to use. I found the system very easy to use with just myself as well as in a group over the weekend. I paid for Genie Plus as just a guest, not filming, and I really think that it's enhanced my Disneyland trip. It's really easy to use here. Pretty much it's just a great addition to your day. Hey, do you want to ride this? Yep, there's a Genie Plus in 10 or 15 minutes. Let's head over there. I think if you purchase Genie Plus in non-peak season, you could get both parks done completely in a day or 2, or at least all of the huge highlights, because it's so easy to park hop between the 2. I also like the fact that you get full Photo Pass editions. As much as I like those AR lenses in Disney World, getting the actual Photo Pass pictures is a huge perk and does help make up for the fact that it's a little bit more expensive in my opinion. A big thing to note as well, remember if you get one of those redemption recovery because an attraction closes, it does work on attractions that are different than what is normally accepting Lightning Lane, so make sure you check that out as well. Of course, you don't need Genie Plus in Disneyland in non-peak season. The lines don't get quite as long as Walt Disney World. However, if you really want the flexibility to just go wherever you want and not think about it too much and strategize too much and just bop on this and that and just kind of go about your day and bop around these parks and get them both done shortly, I think Genie Plus can be a great addition to that. This is my 4th day using Genie Plus in these parks, and it's been a breeze all 4 days. I have no complaints. I thought it was a great addition to my trip. Let me know what questions you have down in the comments. If you've got questions about Disney World's Genie Plus, go check out the many videos we've done on that. In the meantime, friends, go check out my Genie Plus challenge in the Magic Kingdom. And until next time, I'm Molly, and it's Imagical.